We're not talking about procurement. We're talking about across the board, so deep sequestration of funds from the military, which also affects everybody who lives around the military base that works in support of that military base. Whether you're the third shift dishwasher at Denny's at Fayetteville, North Carolina, right outside of Fort Bragg, or you're a government accountant working at Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. These are going to affect you because if the family, if the military has less money to spend, then they're certainly going to start, cutting off all the little extras that happen on a daily basis. They're going to start cutting. It's going to dig into the necessities. Okay, there's no money for training. There's no money for procurement. There's no money for replacement parts. So, you work in a place that makes parts for the M1 Abrams tank, well, you're going to see a lot fewer orders for those replacement parts. This, all of this is also reducing our readiness to take on whatever we may have to overseas, or, hey, even here at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it or not, a formidable military machine requires funding, and if you're going to cut their budget in half, well, maybe you're going to get something that's only half as formidable,
or maybe even not that much, because you got to think about the morale issue also.
True.
Yeah. They don't care about us. Why should we care about them?
Well, there we have it. The next plank in this fiscal cliff is the continuing Medicare problem. Now, again, on Heritage.com, they say that the Medicare finances are in grave trouble. Years ago, Congress decided to reduce Medicare spending by paying doctors less to treat Medicare patients. An unsustainable idea. And Congress realized it later. So every year, instead of allowing the automatic cuts to doctor pay, Congress has to make a temporary patch they call the doc fix that keeps the payments coming, which helps to delay substantial Medicare reform. Now, unless Congress patches together another doc fix agreement before the end of the year, doctors are going to see a 27% decrease in pay, a situation that will make it unaffordable for many doctors to continue accepting Medicare patients. All right, so the Congress can't agree on this one either with the president. So, it's another plank, another drop off this cliff. Then the last one that we have here is the extending unemployment benefits. The federal funding for extending unemployment benefits is also set to expire at the end of this year. And the Democrats want to use that as one of the issues to bargain with on the fiscal cliff talks. Now, the average length of unemployment is 40 weeks, and the benefits are available for 73 weeks. In a rough economy, many people need unemployment benefits, but extending UI also increases unemployment and can hurt those it's meant to help. Extending benefits for too long encourages the unemployed to postpone job searches or hold out for something that may not be attainable. While a deal is likely to extend these benefits, Congress should set the benefits at a more realistic 52 to 60 weeks. Unfortunately, we know it's going the extension that they're looking at is the 99-week thing. Not going to happen. So there you're going to have these people who are dumped off the unemployment rolls into a nasty economy. So for all you folks out there who weren't quite sure what we were talking about when we keep talking about the fiscal cliff, there you have it. Should just explain things quite nicely, I think, yeah?
Okay, so let me see if I can nutshell this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's tax is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Doctors not going to get paid Medicare, so people on Medicare are going to die. And if you're on unemployment, you need to go find a nice refrigerator box under a bridge somewhere.
Well, I mean, it's a little oversimplified, but you know, I think you get the gist, the basic gist, and you left out if you're in the military, you know, be prepared to spend a lot of time in the barracks and a lot of time shining boots because that's all you're going to have the money to do.
Yeah.
So we're looking at what you're really putting in the best nutshell that you can is, and it's how I've been trying to explain it to people, is you've got a combination of tax increases, budget cuts, and some people who are depending on the government for their livelihood that are going to be abandoned. Yes, that's right, folks. These warm-hearted, I love everybody Democrats say, you know, can't get the deal through, can't get it through. So you're going to see a lot of people who are dumped onto the into the market here. Hey, but the good news is once they come off unemployment, the unemployment rate goes down.
That's true.
So there's your silver lining in all this. Now, let's keep in mind that, folks, we've been talking about the fiscal cliff for, what, almost a year.
Yep.
You know? And while I didn't think I really had to go through this for our audience, I thought for the broader general public, because someone who might stumble upon us here would find this valuable. Now, I believe I can't remember the reporter's name, and I don't have it here in front of me. Did a piece that we have here for you, where he talked to some Obama supporters to see what they think should be done. Okay. And what he did, of course, in the spirit of what's O'Reilly's little guy he has running around. But the Howard Stern model, where you present the Republican arguments and then claim that they're for the Democrats, and then see how many people who call themselves Democrats saying, "Oh yes, it's a great idea." Anyway, he did this piece and talking about the fiscal cliff. So let's get ready to have some fun at some Obama supporters' expense.
Okay. So then there's this next clip here.
Hi, folks. I'm Steven Crowder, and 'tis the season to watch out for that cliff! Let's go. First question.
Yes.
What is the fiscal cliff?
I don't know.
Can't actually remember half of any of them.
I don't know.
No idea at all.
What do you mean by that?
I admit I don't know too much about it.
It's a really scary prospect.
Democrats or Republicans, who do you think would have the better ideas on the fiscal cliff, how to deal with it?
I would say I lean more towards Democrat.
Democrats.
I would probably lean more Democrat.
I'm probably a pretty strong Democrat.
What about this idea of closing loopholes in the tax system?
I think that's a good idea.
I think it's a good thing.
I think that's super important. I think that people should pay in their fair share of taxes.
Yeah, I do. I think it's needed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When do you think we should raise taxes, if at all?
When they have at least $1 million, I don't know.
I would say it should start at $500,000.
Anything over $1 million.
The whole household makes $250,000. Should they be taxed like the richest people in the country?
No, they shouldn't.
You're not saying that's super wealthy.
No.
So you would disagree with raising taxes on families only making $250,000?
Yeah, I would.
What about the idea of just raising the debt ceiling?
A bad idea.
Probably a poor decision.
That's not solving a problem. It's making it larger.
Oh my.
What?
You know what that makes you? You are a Republican.
No way.
What does that make me?
A Republican.
Oh.
How can I take that
You
back?
just thumbs. No, you can't take it back. No racist. Let's go.
Alrighty then.
Well, there you go. You explain the Republican plan, and all these dopey so-called Democrats say, hey, they agree with the Republican plan, and when they were told, hey, look, you're back in the Republican plan. No, I don't. Yeah. because it's reasonable. It's reasonable. And the Democratic plan is simply unreasonable. You know, you're going to, if we taxed every millionaire in America at 100%, what is it? We'd have enough money to run the government for like 11 days?
If that.
If that. I think that's the number I saw. It was 11 days if we tax every millionaire in America 100%, millionaire and above. 100%. They have enough money to run the government for 11 days. Now, I mean, so what is this? It's a propaganda piece. It's a piece meant to set us against one another, to play on the class envy card, because the race card just isn't working anymore. So let's go with some class envy. Yeah, those dastardly rich people. Well, you know, I don't have anything against rich people, because you know, I never got a job from a poor guy. How about you?
I don't think that ever happened.
No, you know, it's garbage, man, and it doesn't need to be this way. It's a garbage plan, and all it's going to do is just drive us further into the hole. Because as you know, we've explained this 100 times on the show. I mean, both here and on our last place. You know, you can try to screw the rich man all you want to, but all it's going to do in the end is hurt the little guy. Because the rich man, he's already got his money. He doesn't have to spend it. Because Ronald Reagan, when he was an actor back in the 40s and the 50s, said that, you know, when the tax rates at that point were anything over $200,000 a year was taxed at 90%, he said that once he made $200,000, he just stopped making movies.
Mm.
Now, who did it hurt? Didn't hurt Ronald Reagan. You know, he was an actor. He'd already got his $200,000 that year. It hurt the caterer. It hurt the grips. It hurt the cameraman. It hurt the set designers. You know, it hurt the drivers that drive them back and forth off the set to the hotel or whatever. You know, it hurt the little guys. It didn't hurt the actors. They had all that money. You know, I have an article here that's talking about some of the effects that Obamacare is getting ready to bring in with the new year. And you know, there's some restaurant owners and some retail people that are already talking about, you know, we've got to cut hours. Now, you want to explain this to them, Rick, or shall I?
Well, you know, I think it's a great topic, but we're pushing the break.
Okay.
So I would think that it would probably behoove us to go ahead and hit the break first and then discuss that on the other side.
Cool.
All right, so we'll be right back right after this.
Government man keep calling my house, talking about I owe, harassing my spouse. Gotta park my truck on another block, cause the subprime loan got my ass in hot. Got a couple good friends with helping hands. I need a brand new job with a healthcare plan. They closed the plan, they stole my job and told me crime don't pay unless you ask the mob. So I smoke a little grass, drink a little wine, watch a little tube, try to kill a little time. Every single day I fall a little more behind, but I'm paying it no mind, it'll all be fine. I get by, I barely get by, I barely get by. I stay a little high, I ain't gonna lie, I barely get by. I stay a little high, I ain't gonna lie. Party people in the place to be, put your hands in the sky if you're barely getting by. Sounding on to the break of dawn, got to keep the rent paid and the power on. Yes, yes, y'all, and it never stops. I don't trust the government, I don't trust no cops. We We dip and we dive and we socialize. We struggle and we strive just to stay alive. I get by